yesterday night, the governor of Rivers State, we feel, was cornered into a meeting with very few people on his side, and the majority, the whole lawmakers that walked out on PDP were in that meeting. The speaker that walked out was in that meeting. Even the disputed chairman of APC was in that meeting. This has got nothing to do with APC. This is a PDP issue. So how APC even comes into it, it beats the imagination. Nobody in this country should take Rivers State for granted, and the people of Rivers State. Nobody should take what Rivers State brings to the table in terms of peace and in terms of the economy for granted. I want to tell the president that if anybody is telling him that everything is okay in Rivers State, they are deceiving him, and sooner or later, he will find that out. The president has presented himself as a dictator, what seemed to have been a degeneration of the situation in Rivers State, and have constantly, after each meeting, issued a statement according to what we have observed and according to what we have decided and have agreed on behalf of the state. Now, what happened yesterday in the villa is amazing and incredible, because by what the president oversaw and by what the document that he gave them to sign, it's very clear that the president has overridden the constitution of Nigeria. The president has moved forward and taken charge as if he is making decisions above what has already been concluded or what is going on in the court of law. And so this is of huge concern for the people of Rivers State, because this is our state, and any decision that is made on our behalf outside of the state without our consultation can only lead to us rejecting it. And right now, that is what is happening. Despite the dancing, despite the jubilation, despite the fact that the president seemed to think that he has achieved peace in Rivers State, none of those things is actually what is on ground in Rivers State, or what the people are seeing and are concluding in the issue between the elected governor of Rivers State, Fubara, and the former governor of Rivers State, now the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. If truly the governor of Rivers State, Fubara, and mind you, I mean, Fubara will have to tell the people of Rivers State, I mean, the dancing and the jubilation and saying that he is not going to take our support for granted, that's fine. If those are the things that he's saying, but those are the things that he's saying it to the people of Rivers State. Having said that, he has to hope that the people of Rivers State accept what he is saying to them, because right now, by signing that document, that takes away his powers from him, where number one, a court in Rivers State have accepted the Edison, who is now the Speaker of the House, the State House of Assembly. The President has taken those powers away by saying that 27 or 25 people that left the PDP party and went over to APC should now be allowed to go further and sit wherever they want to sit. Now, nowhere does that happen. It is the governor of a state, just as the president, and in this case even under the president and the FCT minister is the one that has those authorities in FCT to allocate, if you like, to the lawmakers where lawmaking should take place, i.e. the National Assembly. Now, those powers have been taken away from the governor of Rivers State. That a group of people, commissioners, who willingly resigned their appointments, it's not an elected office, it's an appointment, have willingly resigned their position, should now be called back by the man to whom they offered their resignation letter. I mean, it's horrifying if that is if that is the way Nigeria is going right now. That a group of persons who willingly crossed over without consulting their constituents have also now given the authority and the audacity to come back and begin the process of lawmaking under another political party. And so for anybody to think that just because a document was signed in the villa, a document that we definitely are not going to accept and will challenge as the people of Rivers State, we will challenge that document. We did not tell Saint Fubara to go to the villa and sign on something that takes away almost all his powers as governor, and then come back and tell us that he is not going to take our support for granted. Well, he has taken our support for granted. We feel like we have been thrown, the people of Rivers State have been thrown under the bus because the people of Rivers State voted for him to be the governor of Rivers State. So far from either Sim Fubara or the former governor of Rivers State and the president of Nigeria believing that they have achieved peace in Rivers State, and therefore that the people of Rivers State all of a sudden are happy and are at peace by what they have done. That is far from that is very far from the truth. The president has accepted that he is the first civilian president of Nigeria to have signed a decree into law, if you like, in Rivers State by suspending the law, the constitution, by what he has done, and by taking away powers that actually belong to the governor of Rivers State as powers that belong to the president of Nigeria. That is not acceptable to the people of Rivers State. So this is very far from over. The issue is that today we have a situation where yesterday night, the governor of Rivers State, we feel, was cornered into a meeting with very few people on his side, and the majority, the whole lawmakers that walked out on PDP were in that meeting. The speaker that walked out was in that meeting. Even the disputed chairman of APC was in that meeting. This has got nothing to do with APC. This is a PDP issue. So how APC even comes into it, it beats the imagination. Nobody in this country should take Rivers State for granted and the people of Rivers State. Nobody should take what Rivers State brings to the table in terms of peace and in terms of the economy for granted. I want to tell the president that if anybody is telling him that everything is okay in Rivers State, they are deceiving him, and sooner or later, he will find that out. The president has presented himself as a dictator to the people of Rivers State.